My most recent movie this morning is, I watched this a couple of weeks ago. It's Patriots Day, and it stars Mark Wahlberg. For those of you who remember, he was in the band The New Kids on the Block, who my children were in love with. And he actually turned into quite a fine actor. But Patriots Day is about a serious event. It's the Boston bombing of the marathon, and it's held on Patriots Day every year because Patriots Day is a state holiday in Massachusetts. And it's always the third Monday of the month. Well, the movie starts and it opens up into this fabulous aerial shot of Boston. And it's a glorious sunshiny day, but you almost have the feeling that something's going to happen. You know, it's too perfect. And of course, then it pans down into the workers and the runners getting ready and preparing for their run. And of course, the spectators. But then it zips quickly into other people's lives. And it's the lives of the people who are actually involved throughout the marathon. The spectators, as well as this cop who is Danny Wahlberg. Which my one objection is they kind of made him the hero. He was almost in every scene, and that's almost impossible because there was such chaos at the time it happened. But anyway, getting back. So
that's
now
Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. So you have this beautiful scene. It's a glorious day. And all of a sudden, bingo, they shoot to the actual bombing. The chaos and the wounds of people. And what I was amazed about was how instead of running, which I don't know what I would have done. Maybe if I was there, I would have ran. But most of the people came to the aid of those who were wounded.
I think you would probably do that.
Well, I would hope, but you never know until you're in the circumstance, you know?
True.
So anyway, then it zips to where the EMTs and the cops and the firemen, they all got into action, and actually it seemed pretty quick that they got aid and ambulances came and took the wounded to the hospital. But there was such chaos, but it was almost like a controlled chaos because they seemed to have it well in hand. Anyway, then you zip to the two brothers, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce their names, who are the actual bombers. And it was an older brother and his younger brother. And the younger brother was more interested in really playing video games than he was in thinking about bombing any place. But the older brother had angst to grind. While the older brother had it all, he thought he had it all down, what he was going to do. They were like bumbling idiots. They wanted to go to New York and bomb some more, but they never had a plan in place. They wound up hijacking a car that belonged to an MIT student. And they just bumbled their way through the whole thing. They never made it to New York, needless to say. And then then another scene would zip into the hospital where there's this young couple and they're separated and they don't know if they're okay. And then there was a young boy and he was missing a leg. It was quite disheartening to watch, actually. And then it actually showed real footage of the actual bombing. Then it would zip into the manhunt, which was quite extensive. Actually, they caught these guys in 4 days, which is amazing when you think about it.
One was in a boat or something.
He wound up hiding in a boat in a rural neighborhood, and they wound up killing him. What I liked about this movie is it finally showed, I don't know, maybe I watch too much TV at times, where when there's something that's serious, really bad happens, you see the FBI and the mayor and the police commissioner trying to all take the lead because of their egos and what have you. They all actually worked together for the common good. And as I said, they caught the guy in 4 days. It was a really good movie. I think it was true to form. I read some critique on it. And the only critique, as I said in the beginning, was that they said it wasn't just one cop. It was all the EMTs. It was all the police. It was all people helping people. It was humanity helping humanity.
Actually, I come from around the Boston area, and I was in the Boston area not long after that, and it was called Boston Strong. There was a great, strong sentiment in the whole area.
Community spirit.
Yeah. I went to a Revolution game, which is their professional soccer team, and it was all about Boston Strong. It was really
absolutely
quite inspiring.
Yeah. And it didn't stop them from holding any marathons after. This was 2013. So it didn't stop them. They as I said, they held the third Monday.
That's right. Get back on the horse,
on
right?
Patriots Day. Absolutely. Really good movie. You have John Gooden in it, who I love. You have Kevin Bacon, who I like even more. He was the FBI. He was a little iffy. But it was nice to see the police commissioner, the governor, the mayor, the FBI, everybody working together. And that was the success of finding them in 4 days. But again, it's Patriot Day. It stars Mark Wahlberg. It's an excellent movie. Coming in, take it out.
All right, I'm going to do something a little different because I'm not going to really go through the actual storyline of the things that I've picked. I've picked them because we call them foreign films. And what they are is films from different countries, maybe Sweden and Germany. A lot of them are from Sweden, Denmark, Finland, France. And you have to read the captions below because, of course, they're speaking in their native language. And unless you know German and Swedish and Norwegian and Finnish, you're not going to be able to understand. And at first, I didn't want to watch these films because I thought, I don't want to read things. I just want to see things.
Too labor intensive.
But somehow I tried one. And I have to say, I was astounded. And my husband, too. Within minutes, you aren't really reading anymore. You're experiencing the movie, and it isn't a detriment. And if you don't want to get past that, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. I picked a few. This one is The Inspector and the Sea. I picked this. We have 2 seasons. There were only 2 seasons because I particularly loved this and remember it. He's a German living in Sweden, married to a Swedish woman, and actually he was afraid of the sea, so that was played into it. But it's all about, people's relationships and crime. There's some crime he has to solve. So this is a German in Sweden. Vallenda is Swedish, and there's many iterations of it. This it's books by Henning Menkel, and it's been done in America with Kenneth Branagh, and that's in English. But the original is Swedish, and he's an interesting character. We have all of them. You want to go through them, though, progressively.
I've watched some of them, actually.
Yes, they are fantastic. Again, it's a police detective. He's a detective. He has a daughter, Linda. In our country, we would say Linda. Linda. Right. I love this. I'm going to see this till last because I really love this. This is Buko and Koenig. This is a German. They're a man and a woman. And you somehow learn some German too, or some Swedish.
They probably repeat it over and over.
And you're reading it and learning it. So we have a couple of these, so that's good. This is one of my favorites. We just finished the 3rd season. It's called. There was an American version called The Bridge. This is called Bron og Broen because it's between Denmark and Sweden, and the whole thing starts with a dead body on a bridge, and the Danes come and the Swedish come, and they both either not wanting the job or both
wanting to take over the job. Wanting to take over,
and they can't decide. And when they pick up the corpse, it has been cut in half.
Oh my! Oh.
And so they have to work together because one half of the body is in Sweden and one in Denmark. In the American version, one half is in America, one half is in Mexico. The bridge, the American version, the Mexican one. Watch that one. The female character, I think she's the Swedish one, is very flawed. There's something wrong with her. You don't know what it is. She has no social skills. She's very work-oriented, but she's kind of got a flat affect all the time. She can't lie, and she tells it like it is. And it's disconcerting at first, but you grow to really like her honesty and she's very different.
And the American version, is she the same type of
actress?
Yes,
same type. Of course, it's a different actress, but it's the same persona, that flat thing.
Same MO,
so what I wanted to tell you all is there's many people, patrons here at the Monroe Library, that have grown to love these because we talk about them and convince people to try it. Once they do, they fall in love. So we've separated this out in our collection, and we have a certain shelf that is just going to be foreign films. Those are films where you have to read the caption because they're speaking in their native language. Usually there's some kind of a detective show, so remember that. And you can see over here there's a little thing that says foreign film, and I highly recommend them. I think if you can get over that first 5 minutes and learn how to
get used to it. It's like anything else. You get used to it, yeah.
But it's so quickly that you get used to it.
And on that note, I want to inform the public that we have started a Spanish collection. We've had it for almost 6 months now. It's not extensive, but we're getting there. We have magazines. We have some of the latest magazines. We have Cosmopolitan and Glamour. We have several books on popular authors. And if any of you have any recommendations that you would like to make, please come in and see me. I'm Carol at the circulation desk, and I will take you up on it, and I will try to see that they're ordered in Spanish. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute. And if you have an idea about a foreign film, because I order the DVDs and I
goes
open.
hand in hand. Absolutely.
Oh, there are Italian ones too, by the way. I mean, it's just every country. And where can you find all this great stuff, Carol?
I'm thinking, come on in at the Monroe Free Library
and check it out.